If you think there is heaven on earth,
it is right here.
Life is just a long road trip, and the greatest part of a road trip is to not arrive at the destination. After all, it is all about the journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aditi Ghosh once again on Inner World Revealed, and this vlog of mine is going to be a bit different because in this vlog I'm going to cover our road trip to Bhutan. And while on our way to Bhutan, we are also going to cover 2 more interesting destinations, and it is going to be very exciting to see what all is in store for us.
So we are going to go from Kolkata to Bhutan by road. We started very early in the morning. During the summers, the midday doesn't feel so pleasant. Besides, we didn't want to lose the light by the time we reached our first stopover at Malda. The NH12 route was a great drive without much heavy traffic. Whenever we take this route, we always have been stopping at the Hindustan Hotel for breakfast. And we've also been consistently stopping at Shaktigarh for quite some time now because of our sweet tooth. A long drive is never perfect without some rain. Rain is nature's way of adding some sparkle into the otherwise mundane roads. The Farakka barrage is known for its massive jam. But are we one time lucky?
Yes, we're lucky.
Our first stopover was at Malda. Kolkata to Malda distance is about 326 kilometers. It is supposed to take 8 hours, 16 minutes ideally to reach Malda, but because we were stopping at many places, it took us more than 9 hours.
What is the rush?
Beautiful swans soaking in the rainwater greeted us at Maribor.
So you love swans?
They are my favorite.
You never told me that. Mayabon probably is one of the best places to stay in the little town of Malda.
It's so beautiful.
The greeneries, the atmosphere, all of it is so soothing. A A major surprise came in as a beautiful swimming pool which my son discovered in the backyard, and he could not resist getting into the water. We really expected nothing from this place, but we were taken by surprise.
Benji says good morning.
Surely it was a beautiful and bright sunny morning at Mayabon, but also the time to say goodbye.
Our next stopover is Gorumara.
The distance between Malda and Gorumara is about 280 to 290 kilometers depending on the route that you take. It is usually about 6.5 to 7 hours driving distance, but it took us much longer because we were halting at many places for petrol, for food and for clicking pictures. We passed through some beautiful mango orchards. The generous villagers gave us some fresh raw mangoes. The drive through the Gajoldoba road was awesome. On one side there was this dense forest, and on the other side there was this lovely stretch of canal coming from the Tista barrage. However, at certain stretches, the roads became a bit unpredictable, and we were kind of questioning Google Maps. Why this? It is 4 in the evening and we have reached the reserve Gorumara. We will be halting here for the evening, and tomorrow morning we will be heading for Phuncholing, Bhutan. The reserve Gorumara is a cute little resort very close to the Gorumara Forest Reserve, hence the name. The area around the place is very leafy and rural, so it was kind of a nice stay. The following morning, we were excited about the road passing through the dense forests of Gorumara. This is a forest placed in the Himalayan foothills and is known for rhinos and elephants. The distance between Gorumara and Phuncholing is about 100 to 110 kilometers depending on the route that you take. It is supposed to take 2.5 hours ideally, but as always, it takes us much longer than that because we are never in a hurry.
মারবে কিনা
গরু
বলো,
মারা।
শিগগির বলো। 4টে গরু।
ওকে মারতে নেই, তোমাকে বললাম না।
ও ঠিক
গরু
আছে,
মারা।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
ও আমাকে দুধ দেয়।
ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে।
The drive around the Duars area was blissful. We could see the familiar terrains changing slowly. Around Jaigaon, which is just the other side of Funcholing, the roads seem to be a bit congested, and we also mistakenly entered the horrific road that we are in right now, but we were still hopeful with Google Maps until we met a dead end. Out here, we were also losing our cell phone signals as we were about to enter the gates of a different country. Phuentsholing is just the other side of Jaigaon. Once you cross the Bhutan gate and enter Phuentsholing, the entire feel changes immediately. You can visit places in Phuentsholing without any Bhutan permit, but to go any further than Phuentsholing, you need permits. To get Bhutan permits, Indian citizens need to carry either their passports or their voter's card. Aadhaar card is not accepted out here. And then you're required to fill this form and submit it. We were aware of the huge crowd at the immigration center, so we took the help of an agent who helped us with this initial process of standing in the queue and submitting the form and other documents. While all that was getting done, we spent some time in this lovely cafeteria having some snack. Then we spent some time in this park, which is a nice place at the center of the city. For biometrics, we had to stand in the queue ourselves, and that too was another long queue and a long wait. The entire process of getting the permits took more than 4 hours, and then it was the time to get the vehicle permit. The vehicle permit office is very close by, and getting the vehicle permit was not that long a wait. It took something about 30 minutes. My son has his way of striking rapport with all strangers. While we were getting frustrated with the permit issues, he was doing his own thing. It was about 5:30 in the evening by the time all of it got completed. If we were to go forward, we would have been missing all the lovely sceneries, so we decided to stay back at the Park Hotel, Phuentsholing. In the evening, my son requested me to take him to the park again. He wanted to spin that wheel again. I think this is the perfect way of spinning it. Getting the immigration and the vehicle permits took us a lot of time. We had to stand in the queue for hours. And now we have to see whether the entire effort was worth it. distance between Phuentsholing and Paro is about 143 kilometers and it takes about 3.5 to 4 hours to reach Paro. From Phuentsholing, you can get the permit for max 7 days and go till Paro. Further than that, if you'd like to spend more time in Bhutan and visit more places, you'd have to extend the permit from the immigration office at Thimphu. People who visit Punakha get the permits extended at Thimphu. Compared to the crowded roads and hustle and bustle of India, Bhutan is definitely a driver's paradise. Out here, the motto is
No hurry, no worry.
The roads are as smooth as butter and the hills are full of greens, undisturbed and natural, totally natural. Around Gedu, we encountered some dense fog. Driving in the fog can be dangerous, but who can ignore the romance and mystery in it? If the sight of the blue sky doesn't have the power to fill you with joy, if the green trees do not move you, are you even alive? And the views were spellbinding, we were awestruck, and every bit of effort that we spent at the immigration centers was totally worth it. like to see an anomaly in this planet, you must visit Paro. Look deep into the hills and all will be clear. All the chaos would seem to have a pattern. Paro is a beautiful valley town which is covered with wonderful rice fields and has a spectacular stream of rivers surrounding it. We were overwhelmed by the beauty of the stream and thought of stopping by to soak our feet. In nature, there is nothing perfect, yet everything is more than perfect. Trees can be contorted and bent in weird ways, and yet they are so beautiful. Everything that is wild and free is amazing. Worldly norms are defied here, traditions are followed, and modernity is shunned. Traditional style houses, people wearing traditional clothes, further accentuates the beauty of Paro. Spending just a few days is not enough to absorb all this beauty. I was wondering whether I stare or I record on my camera. After all the scenery overload that we had along the way, we checked in at the Kichu Resort. Three, two, one.
Welcome to Kichu Resort.
In my opinion, this is one of the best locations in Paro. The resort is located a bit away from the Paro city, just beside the Paro river. The resort has beautiful outdoors where you can contemplate, relax, and have the most tranquil moments of your life. Cute little cottages surrounded by lush green gardens and ponds. All the cottages have great view of the surrounding mountains. The icing on the top is extremely friendly and warm staff who really make you feel at home.
have this lovely flowing stream too. And it is very cold right now in the morning. It is around 7 a.m. and I do not have warm clothes on and I'm kind of shivering also. It's freezing cold at this moment. The afternoon was sunny and I was expecting the same temperatures in the morning as well. However, now it seems to be freezing.
This is a place to perfectly connect with nature. The resort is based on a massive piece of land and is one of the most picturesque resorts I have visited so far. All around the resort, you can see beautiful flowers, plants, and trees. The following morning, we decided to check the Tiger Nest Monastery. Many people say a visit to Bhutan is not complete without a trip to this monastery. We were a bit aware of the level of difficulty of the hike to reach the monastery, but didn't know earlier that it's got to be a 5-hour-long affair with a child. We thought maybe it was a bit risky. Right now we're trying to catch a glimpse of the monastery and you can see the monastery right up there.
Some see it from near, some see it from far. We saw it from very far.
Having been done with the monastery visit, we thought of doing a little round of the Paro main town. By the time we reached, it started to drizzle a bit. Traffic and car parking facilities everywhere in Bhutan is just excellent. I'd say beyond excellent. Most places don't even have traffic lights, yet everything is in order.
No one is honking horns, no one is rush driving, and each driver is so careful about the pedestrians crossing the road. And this is something which I really like about this country.
What is the rush?
This area seemed to be very colorful and is worth taking a stroll from one end to another. At a little distance from the Paro main town, there was Paro Airport. The Paro Airport is the only international airport in Bhutan. To me, it seemed to be a very beautiful place. A lovely airport in between the mountains and a stream flowing by its side. The architecture was very traditional and completely blended with the surroundings. It happens to be one of the most difficult airports and only highly qualified pilots can land here. As a result, there aren't many flights. In the evening, a bonfire was arranged by the hotel on request of some guests. We were lucky to catch a little glimpse of these dance forms, and also the ambience was so amazing.
Within the community as well as within the country.
Bhutan is a country which was able to protect itself from outside cultural influences and has preserved its cultural heritage, which dates back to the mid 17th century. The next morning it was time for us to leave for Thimphu. Once again, lovely road, lovely weather, lovely scenery and lovely drive. The distance between Paro and Thimphu is about 50 kilometers and it takes about 1 hour 20 minutes to reach Thimphu. Thimphu is the capital city of Bhutan and is called the beating heart of the country. It is the commercial hub and by far the most modern city in Bhutan. However, in spite of the most modern facilities that it has, Thimphu still has that old world charm about it. While we were driving around, we could see from far the massive bronze Buddha sitting atop a hill. It is said that this statue is meant to fulfill the prophecy of bestowing blessings, universal peace, and happiness to the whole wide world. We've checked in at this hotel called Bhutan Suites and the rooms are very lovely. I'd like to show you that. So this is the suite
And it is so beautiful. This is a bedroom. Wow! I like it very much. Wow! We played Ludo in the room. My mom won one time and I won 3 times.
where traditional and urban cultures coexist. The architecture has a nice mix of traditional with modern and it looks quite nice. From the point where this massive Buddha is installed, all of the beautiful Thimphu city is visible. This to me appeared to be symbolic of Buddha sitting like a guardian, looking after the well-being of all. So I was at the base of the Buddha Dordinma looking at the numerous steps to climb, and I was also scared of heights.
But I was not scared.
And it was quite some climb. Peace at last. A common belief is that there is only one Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama, who was the founder of Buddhism, is the only Buddha that we know of. However, Buddhists believe him to be the Buddha Shakyamuni, or only the present Buddha. Dipankara was the first of the list of 18 Buddhas who preceded Buddha Shakyamuni or Buddha Siddhartha Gautama. Maitreya is going to be the next Buddha or the Buddha of the future. For the time being, Maitreya resides in one of the celestial heavens called Tushita. The monument is a depiction of this belief system of the Buddhists. The massive Buddha statue sits on top of a secret meditation chamber which has about 125,000 smaller Buddhas inside it. Each Buddha is a light worker. So when you're actually looking at this one massive Buddha, you are looking at 125,000 of them. Buddhism is a philosophy, a way of life and not a religion. The eyes of the Buddha are always half closed because he looks inside for all the answers. And when he finds all the answers inside, he finds the way to peace and calm. Because who looks outside dreams, and who looks inside awakes.